Our first dilemma is the classic trolley problem. In this scenario, we imagine a runaway trolley headed towards five people who are tied onto the rail tracks. You're standing next to the switch. If you do nothing, those five people will die. If you flip the switch, the trolley will divert onto another track where there is one person on it and they will be killed. The setup is meant to test whether we think it's acceptable to intervene and sacrifice the life of one person to save five. It raises questions about moral responsibility, consequences, and whether choosing to act is ethically better than allowing people to be harmed through inaction. My own personal decision would be to flip the switch, as I think that saving five people at the cost of one is unfortunately the better option overall. If there was more context in this decision, it could influence that decision, however. If we look at this from a utilitarian perspective, they would agree, as this clearly maximizes overall happiness and reduces suffering, as the death of one person is better than the death of five. The doctrine of double effect would say that the death of one is an unintended side effect, not a goal. So I think it'll go along with flipping the switch as well. However, the ontology is a bit more complicated since it often rejects killing as a means to an end. But some might argue that failing to act would when you could prevent harm is also wrong. And from virtue ethics, a virtuous person might feel compassion and responsibility to minimize harm even if the choice is hard.